All right. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I'm Jessie Barnes, part of Women Who Code New York City. I'm a full stack developer. I have been a full stack developer for about 2.5 years. My company is called In Moment, which is a customer CX, customer experience company. All right, so let's go ahead and go through a few small things. So, welcome. Our mission is to empower diverse women to excel in technology careers. We're just going to go through a few small things about Women Who Code. Our vision: a tech industry where diverse women and historically excluded people thrive at every level. Love that. Our values: focus on the mission, always remember why we're here and who we're here for, design for inclusion, make space, embody a culture of belonging, advocate for change, live leadership, live leadership, champion each other. As a community, we are powerful, and journey forward, recharge, celebrate wins, break barriers. Quick code of conduct. So Women Who Code is an inclusive community dedicated to providing an empowering experience for everyone who participates and or supports our community, regardless of gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, ability, physical appearance, body size, race, ethnicity, age, religion, socioeconomic status, caste, creed, political affiliation, or preferred programming languages. If you have any questions or issues, you can go to, you can submit an incident if you see something, or if you want to go see the full code of conduct, go to womenwhocode.com/code of conduct. Also, quickly, upcoming events. So we have an upcoming event. It's our Tech Fika. And I think it's how to tackle imposter syndrome. So this will come up Monday, February 20th. And yeah, I suggest going to that. All right, are you guys ready? The first thing I want to do, first, I want to give you guys this REPL. So if you want to fork this is the code that I will be using tonight. I am coding in Ruby code. So if you get this and you want to, other thing I want to show you guys is this, use this link. If you have to sign up and log in, but yes, this is Chat GPT. It's not Chat GPT. It's their API, which is their playground. It's essentially Chat GPT. And if you guys want to use this, sign up for it. It's free. You can use it. What you can do if you want, you can, oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on one sec. Or wait, you guys can see my screen, right? Okay,
Yeah, we
sorry.
see it.
Moving too fast here. So with this, what you do if you want to use this, just to like translate what I'm going to talk about tonight into another language, you can take the Ruby code from the REPL and you can paste it in this, right? So I'm going to show you. So here we'll do the Q. You do your ticks, you do Ruby, you do tick, 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 and then open ticks and do like Python. So just in case you guys want to see this, and then it's going to write this out for you in Python. All right. Really cool stuff. But yeah, this will be really helpful. Yeah, for people just to translate. Yeah, I know it's super cool. A girl develop it class taught me that one. Can't take credit for that, but yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Stacks or queues? Okay, so these are two. I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to try to wrap up this section of just discussing what stacks and queues are and the code in about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And then really get you guys in a breakout room so you can discuss. So we'll probably stop around 7:20. Not 5, so 10 to 15 is what I mean. Maybe 7:20, 7:25. All right, cool. So stacks or queues. So a stack or a queue, first we'll start with stacks. So this is a great representation of what, awesome, Yao. Hi, Yao, by the way. I was wondering when you're going to.
Jessie. I'm always here.
Isn't that great? The OpenAI. I use the OpenAI though. not Chat GPT. So this is really cool because it's really their API. It's super easy. All right, so great. So going back to Yao's just an OG. She's been with me through the beginning, really helping me make this course work out for everyone. So I sent the question ahead of time, Yao. Hopefully you're proud of me on that. But yeah, so this is a stack, right? The important thing to note about the stack and in the depiction between the two pictures, and I just grabbed this from Wikipedia, but you can see that this is everything is coming or from a stack, all starts at the top or the begin, yeah, the top, right? So you push, you pop, you push, you pop from the top. Okay. Now, if you look at a queue, everything works from the back to the front. So you NQ, and then when we DQ, it comes from the front. All right. So let's get into like what this means. And I'm sure you've heard of FIFO and LIFO, right? So I guess I'll jump to that first. All right, let's talk about the differences between these two. My kind of like, and I have like an acronym, I say SLIFO. So I know that stacks are last in, first out. So stacks are based on the last in, first out principle. The elements like we just showed in the picture, and I can go back, are inserted at the last. And then they're also the first to be popped out, right? So here's like a picture of that, okay? We're just gonna go through stacks first. Insertion and deletion in stacks takes place only from one end of the list. So that's what I was kind of trying to show you guys here. It only happens, I call it the top. I don't know if that's the right word. It happens where the last element, I guess it's the end technically. All right. And I got this off of, I think I have to find where this is online. It's one of the more common, just like it's one of the more common websites to go to. I just can't remember the name, but I can send you guys the link later. And it's really just puts, a great grid out of stacks versus queues. All right, so let's talk about like what we can do, right? Insert operation is called a push operation. The delete operation is called pop operation, right? So you guys might know kind of similar to arrays. I don't know if you guys came to the array class, but these are also functions that you can use on an array, right? So we know when we're using an array, we can push into the end of the array. And when we use pop on an array, it gets us the last element out of the array, right? In stacks, we maintain only one pointer to access the list called the top. So it is the top, good, which always points to the last element present in the list, all right? Stack is used in solving problems with recursion, all right? Super important when, oh no, I'm blanking on which is used for what, but maybe Yao can help me here, but stacks, I think, are they used for, is that BFS or DFS?
It's DFS.
All right. So basically a stack would be DFS where we are using recursion. Yes. Good call. Thank you, Yao. So queues will be more commonly used in BFS, I believe. All right. So this is when like we can have another I think we'll have the next series will be solely on recursion, so we can focus on recursion. And then from that class, I think we'll go into trees and DFS and BFS. Thanks, Carolyn. Also an OG. But you guys are so awesome. Love it. So yeah, so why are we talking about this, right? Well, DFS and BFS are what we use when we want to traverse a tree, okay? Or like in graphs when we want to, I don't know if it's called traversing, but when we want to find out links in graphs and how we want to move throughout a graph. Graphs will come last, but we will get to trees eventually. When we get to trees, we will implement stacks and queues, okay? So all of these, data structures are starting to build on each other, right? All right, so A stack does not have any types and can be considered a vertical collection visual. Awesome. All right, let's go to cues. Cues are based on first in, first out principle. The element inserted at the first is the element to come out first. So when we come, you can see this, right? So here's the first element, and it's also going to be the first element that's going to be DQ'd or deleted, right? Does that make sense? So we can see one is like vertical, the other is, I don't think it's actually horizontal. I want to be careful when using those words. All right, so insertion and deletion in cues takes place from the opposite ends of the list. The insertion takes place at the rear of the list, the deletion takes place from the front of the list. All right. So tonight, what we'll do after we go through Big O in a second, we're going to do two functions. One's insert and one is delete. So that's why I'm kind of going over this with you guys. Insert operation is called in Q. Delete is called DQ. Okay. In cues, we maintain two pointers to access the list. The front pointer always points to the first element inserted in the list and is still present. And the rear pointer always points to the last inserted element. I'm not sure that I used pointers though in my cue. Oh, I mean, yeah. All right. So it's my NQ and DQ methods are pretty basic. But yeah, and NQs, oh yeah, sorry. Q is used in solving problems having sequential processing. Okay. And we're not going through, we're just building, I guess it's I don't know. Actually, it says there's three types: circular, priority, and double-ended queue. I don't know. This is interesting. Maybe I'm not sure exactly which we're building tonight. So I need to research that while you guys are in breakout rooms. And this, it can be considered a horizontal collection visual. Are there any questions on stacks and queues at this point? Everyone feeling okay? Sorry, I did kind of like read at you a lot. Yeah, all right. Everyone.
Just to summarize, this might not be new to you guys, but when I first learned it, they sound kind of similar with just like one big difference. But how I like kind of memorized it is that if you think of stack, think of a stack of plates, right? You will always take the last plate out and not the first one on the bottom, right? Versus a queue, think of a queue as like a restaurant queue, people who are waiting in line. You're not going to skip the whole line and just tell the last person to go in, right? So that's how I visualize it myself.
That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. And there were actually pictures of like pancakes like stacked up, but maybe that's not the right. I mean, I guess you kind of go into a full stack, a full stack of pancakes, but yeah, that's a great way to look at it. So perfect. Thank you. Yeah. I love that. Great visualization there. So let's move on to Big O. Are there any other questions? Everyone feeling good? All right. So we know what Big O is. We've kind of talked about this. So for a stack, this is all average cases, not the worst case. And this time I actually brought out this sheet is a really good sheet. Like I forgot about this until I was Googling stuff today. This is such a good sheet for just like all things like Big O. It has a ton of like, I mean, I can show you guys really quickly. But it basically like goes through all of the like common data structures. It even talks about certain types of trees. Yeah, it's pretty detailed. So I feel like if you, and also this chart as well, but this also goes through like sorting algorithms. So if you are interested in just like having this in your back pocket, great link to like bookmark. All right. All right, so a stack indexing is, or access is ON, okay? Insertion is O1, search is ON, deletion O1, space is ON. This is average. Cues are the same, actually. And while I was doing this, I realized that this is, I'm pretty sure, and we can just double check that I didn't mistype. Yeah, this is the exact same app. I think it's the worst case the worst cases are different, but the average case for a stack, a queue, and we did linked lists last week, are all the same. So I think a lot of questions have come up, like, when do we use these like data structures? And I think just going through, if it's, besides optimization, here we can see that it's pretty, the average run times they're all, the time complexity, excuse me, is pretty much the same for a stack, queue, and a linked list, right? The thing is that we really want to use, like I said it before, and like I think I'm really happy this chart points out that a stack is really helpful for, it works with problems with recursion. And then a queue is sequential, right? So that's interesting to know if you guys want to put that in your back pocket. All right, let's go do some code. I am going to probably try to get through this pretty quickly and then let you guys go into breakout rooms at like 7:30, so you have time to really work on the problem. Let's see if I can get through this and not, let's see here. Okay. Great. Let me get my terminal up and running. I'm getting more comfortable with you guys, not as scared. Normally I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. So yeah, after doing a few of these, I feel better. Okay, so cool. Let's go ahead and talk about what this is, right? We can go through this. So in this class where I'm creating my queue class instance, I have an adder reader, which is going to let me access the items. This is like a setter in Ruby. I'm going to just go through this quickly and actually, let me make this bigger so you guys can see what is happening here. All right. So with every Ruby class, I think JavaScript is like this, where you initialize it. We call it def initialize in Ruby. We're going to set our so we're going through queue first. We're going to call this items. Okay. The first method, this method is going to push an item into the queue. Okay. Def DQ is going to take the last item, or push the last item out. All right. So these are two, I think there actually might, I don't know if other languages have these built in or not, but this is what I've come up with today for you guys. And if you want to follow along, you can look at the REPL. Also, def size is just items.length. So I'm just going to, sorry, I have a dog who likes to play. So I'm trying to play and also not be too obnoxious. Sorry about that. So here in my terminal, what I'm going to do is go ahead and create my queue. And you can see in my queue, I have my items class, which has been initialized. I mean, my items object, which has been initialized. So now if I do my queue, every time spelling this, it's just like so hard for me. I'm just glad I'm not the only one. If I want to press, and here is a typo, if I want to do my in queue, which is, I've set my in queue to my queue.new class, right? If I want to do this in queue, it's doing exactly what we've asked it to. I've called this class method, I've passed an item or an element, and it's going to push, or I guess unshift, which is essentially push for a queue, the item into my items. All right. So now if I look and I do my queue, just want to keep an eye on time. There we go. Look at our pretty little one. It's in there. And we could do this for multiple, like if we wanted to do two there. And yeah, see, this is why it's so great to like program and really get into a terminal. So this is perfect, right? This shows us exactly what we need to see and how this is working. When right now, when we are in queuing in this queue, we have our 1 is our last element, our 2 is our second to last, which was our second element we pushed in, and then our 4 is our first element, right? So you can see that how it's kind of scaling and how it's moving. So this is our first element, which is also going to be the first element that we pop out, okay? So let's go ahead and look and see what that does when we do myQ.DQ. So sorry, guys. When I do DQ, great. So it does what we ask. It takes out this first element, which it's not really yeah, it's the last and first, right? So if we look at myQ now, we only have 2 and 4. All right. Does that make sense? This is very simple. It's not very complex. It's just an NQ, a DQ, and then the size method, which is just the length essentially. Does that make sense to everyone? Are there any questions about this? Everyone feeling good? Okay, cool. All right, let's go to stack. Very similar. I'm just going to exit and then restart because I don't want to, probably don't need to do that, but okay. So what we have here is, I guess we can do the same thing, right? My stack equals stack.new, right? I'm asking for a new, I guess, instance of the stack class, right? What I'm going to do is I have the push, which is the push the element into, or add or append a new element into the stack. And then I have pop, which is taking out the last element of a stack, which is going to be the first, right? So SLIFO, which is last in, first out, right? Yes. Okay. So I'm always having to like kind of double checking myself on that sort of stuff. So I'm going to say my stack. If I say push and I want to push 1, there we go. We have 1, right? Let's go ahead and add a few more. Great. Now let's go ahead. We can look at our stack, my stack here, and it's 1, 2, 3. This is how I've pushed them in. Now let's go ahead and do pop. And this is going to get the last in, first out, which is the 3. And if we look at my stack, we have the items left over 1 and 2. All right. Are there any questions on this? No, quiet tonight. I am kind of running through this quickly because I do want you guys to kind of get into your own breakout groups. So we're at 7:30 right now. There's 25 of us. I will go ahead and give you the practice problem, which is this guy right here. I sent it to you guys via email. And yeah, this is it. Please stay, don't be like embarrassed or anything. Like, I don't want you guys, I know it's hard, and trust me, if I was at a thing and I would probably be like, I don't want to pair program, I would probably leave too. But I'm just trying to encourage you to stay because it's really helpful to like work with others and kind of just work it out, especially on this level. This is a pretty easy, I thought this was a pretty easy question. Let me see, breakout rooms. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everyone into breakout rooms, and let's see. It'll just be, I guess, like 3 to 4 people per room. And if you guys can just like kind of just decide on a language, that'd be super cool. If someone just wants to take lead, maybe more of you work in this language, that'll work. So let's do this for about 15 minutes. And then I will send a warning when there's 1 minute left, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss, okay? All right, guys, see you in a bit. Have fun. All rooms opened. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Hello, welcome back, everyone. All right, so does anyone want to volunteer? How did it go? Like, how, like, does anyone want to tell me what did they came up with? Anyone want to volunteer? Share screen. Did you guys get it? Like, what happened?
I didn't get to finish, but I sort of have an idea of how to approach this.
Okay. Okay, cool. Do you want to show what you did?
There is not much to show, but I can kind of like
Okay, was
go
that maybe that
through
was too fast? I don't know. Anyone else? Did anyone
the.
else get further? Was that not enough time?
I think what kind of like made this question confusing is the fact that it feels kind of counterintuitive because you could implement both the behaviors of stacks and queues using arrays, but it's kind of a roundabout way of asking you to like make a stack using two queues. It
Yeah.
feels like extra work, but I mean the point of the question, it seems like it's just to test your knowledge of whether you know the behavior of both and whether you can manipulate one to, you know, behave like the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Do you want to share what you have?
Yeah, I can share what I have. Let me pull up my screen.
Or does anyone else like feel good? I mean,
I honestly didn't get very far with this. Oh,
okay.
I can't share. Jesse, you're sharing.
Um, go for it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get very far at all. So
I
I
don't
was
think this
reading.
is that bad. Are you crazy? Come on.
I'm not. I literally got up to like pop, and I'm like, oh God, I still got more.
Okay, well that's actually not that bad. It's
It's like a
fine.
very beginning start. But
Yeah.
yeah, so if
Okay.
we read the beginner code, so with the new keyword, I code in JavaScript, but if you're using a new keyword, you're essentially instantiating a class, right? So you
Right.
got to make a class with a constructor because they're asking for two queues. Easiest way to manipulate or to pretend to be a queue is using arrays in JavaScript. So constructor is going to be empty, right? They're calling it empty. Using the this keyword to make two arrays, and then these are my two queues that it's asking for. I think push should be fine. It's very easy, right? With JavaScript, you're pushing, right? In queuing dot push using the same array dot push, you're pushing on the parameter that's being used here. Pop, I'm trying to think about how to do this, but what I have right now is pretend that we have like maybe some numbers in here, right? Let's do like this. And after you keep pushing in, because these are queues, you can't really pop them off. Well, actually, yeah, this is the reverse, but you can't really pop them off from the end. You kind of like got to remove from the front, right? So I'm thinking while the in queue, right? While in queues dot length, is not one, then keep moving them to DQ so then you can grab the last number.
Right.
It's
Yes.
Yeah, that's my general idea, and I guess Jersey says this is the correct way. So it's just
Yeah.
I just write the rest out in code. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I have so far.
That was for your push, right? Was that where you're? Yeah, that was your
No,
push.
push. This is my pop down here. Was what I just talked about, right? Because
Oh, you were talking about your,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Because with pop,
Oh, I see. I was
you
looking
see
at
what
mine,
I mean, right?
trying to compare. Okay,
Yeah, if, with popping, if this was a I'm trying to think, if this was a this is a stack, right? So it's got to come out from the back, but you can't really do that with queues. And I think they tell you you must only use standard operations for a queue. I mean, you could do it on an array, but I think it's kind of against the rules
no,
because they
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you
You want to use it like as if it is. Yeah.
it's
I
an
think,
array. You want to use like a queue, yeah.
yeah. But I don't even know. Maybe I didn't do this like the right. I mean, I did, I can share my screen,
Yeah.
but maybe I was wrong. I did this a while ago. So maybe I didn't do the exact ones, but I did size. And then I did for pop, like a -1, right? Or yeah. So I set size and then Q dot shift. But maybe that was cheating. I don't know. After looking at like kind of what you're doing. And I
Did yours go through leak code so check though?
think so. It's been a while.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I went through. Okay.
but that's like forever ago. I don't even know the last time I did. I think I did this like a few months back. But I thought this one wasn't quite so so I thought this was, I liked these. I don't know. The last time I thought it was more complicated. Now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I think this is complicated still. I think it was too fast. I think 15 minutes wasn't maybe enough time. I don't know. How does everyone else feel? Was 15 minutes too much? Was it too fast? Like not enough time to really get in there and like figure shit out? Excuse my language. Yeah. Any other, okay, maybe not enough time. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. I looked at this though, kind of similar to what Yao was saying when I was doing this, is that I kind of looked at this as if it was really like an array. Because I mean, it's just, I mean, that's how you know, initialize them whenever you're using it in Ruby as well. But I can send you guys this if you want to see this code. Um, but yeah, we only have like, I guess 10 minutes left. I don't know where do what I can do is put this, I'll save it in the REPL. And then I'll just put leak code question. Oh no, I don't need that. Okay. And then I'll save this and publish this and you guys can fork it. Does everyone have this? I'll put this in there. Yeah, you could reverse the array order and then pop. Yeah, Kathleen. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't think that's against. I don't know. Yao, do you think that
I feel like that might be against the rule because you're treating them like arrays and you're not
like
treating
an
it like a
array, like
queue.
in
Yeah.
the reverse?
Yeah, I know. I feel it feels really counterintuitive this question just because like we're still used to using array methods, but we're against
I
can't use
thought this
it
was
now.
good. I thought you guys might like that one. It's so hard. Like, I don't look, to be honest, I think that when we're really going to get into stacks and really understanding and using them is going to be when we're going through traversals, right? And we're using recursion and we can see why what we're using a stack for. And I think leak code is sometimes it's also hard to like choose a problem on leak code because they're not, I think a lot of the stack program problems on leak code are like you're using a stack to solve the problem. I guess I think there was one I thought of, another one I thought of before the class, but I don't want to get wrapped up in this too much because I do have to leave at 8, which I'm sorry guys, I won't do this again. I just have a schedule conflict. But I'll save this in my REPL and publish this. I put the link, did I not put it here? So yes, use this. Let me see if it saves. So if you want to go over the code tonight, okay, I think it's good. The last thing I just wanted to kind of like wrap up and really let me go back here. Yeah, just like say thank you so much for coming and just like, okay, Kathleen, previous recordings. Yeah, I finally got them. So I emailed HQ or global and I have all of them. So what I'll do is I will post them. Actually, I might be able to give you guys that like right now. Hold on. Let me go. Kelly, our director, sent me a link the other day and I was like super excited. I was like, yay, we did it. I think, yeah, this is it. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, I don't want to hear myself talk. All right, so today is, okay, sorry guys. Feeling disorganized right now. All right, these are the links. Sorry, I was clicking them instead of, okay, well, that didn't work either. Give me a second. This is linked list. This is going to be the array, and I can also post these somewhere else. And this is the hash map, but I really want to leave the last 5 minutes like to you guys and just like where everyone's at, like how are you guys feeling, like if you how you know just overall like where you are. I feel like there's a few new people. I think Tracy's new. I'm gonna just call people out because I just like doing this, but Jane I think is new. Hong, is that right? Hopefully I said your name correctly. Annie, hi Annie, beautiful photo. And yeah, I just want to like see how you guys are like feeling. I think Amanda is too. Just like where you guys are, like how is everyone feeling? Like open talk, just overall, like what it's, in interviewing, and like if you are interviewing, or just like where are you guys at? Anyone want to
This
start?
I can start. This is my first lead code working together. It was very complicated to me, but I usually do code work, so this is a new process. But I learned a lot, and yeah,
Good.
looking forward to the next one.
Oh, thank you. I know it's a little hard when you get in there and, oh, you're not, are you saying the leak code problem was complicated, or just the process was complicated?
I'd say a little bit of both because I'm still
Yeah.
new to coding.
Oh, welcome. Yeah, it takes time. I know. It is, this is, we used to have coffee code breaks, and we're not really doing those anymore, where we did, hey, Madeline. Okay, awesome. So we used to have these like events, and maybe we should get them going again, where it was a little more organized. This is really just trying to get you guys into data structures and like what they are. And I'm trying to deconstruct them like in the console, so you can see the object and like how I'm manipulating that object. Like that's really what this platform is for. But yeah, I think like getting you guys, no problem, Kathleen. I think getting you guys into like something that's more like a coffee code break, where you can have like work with people in your language, I think is ideal. This is hard because we just don't have time for that. Anyone else, like where you guys are? Kathleen's new. Congratulations on graduation. Jane, how's it going, Jane? Good.
It's good. Yeah. I just also want to like meet people and network and just
Yeah.
it's great to see, people in the same boat as you and like kind of struggling to get there.
It takes practice, like a lot of practice. I think I've been doing practice, not full on every day, but I've been practicing a lot and like trying to do other things. And it's really, it just starts clicking, and it's almost random, right? Like for me, I'm not one of those people who can like read something and get it like that. I know there are people out there who can, and that's not me. How to read. Okay, Sam. Sam's comment was like the best. I mean, I know. I mean, I liked this problem better because it was just more like functional. I feel like some of the leak code problems out there are so confusing, and I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. Okay, so yes, Ruby is my first language. I did computer science in college. I grew up on a computer, like writing DOS, so I'm very comfortable in a terminal. But yeah, like I grew up with like really writing code, like just full on like black and green screen. Like when I was 8, so I was really young. So I'm really happy in a terminal. But I definitely was super insecure, just like my story. I dropped out of computer science because I was like the only girl in class. I was so like insecure. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. So then I just kept going back to code. And now I'm, I did like something else. And then I guess I was like 29 when I was like, I really want to do coding, because I kept just going back to it. Like I just kept using it like to make stuff easier on myself, like at my job. So I did a boot camp as well. I did Flatiron, and I have graduated. I've been in the industry for like 3 years now. Not fully 3 years, like 2.5. But it is really hard. It is a process. I mean, I feel like Yao, one of my favorites who's here, is really good at this stuff. She
I'm
knows.
not.
Yeah, you are
I'm not.
though. Yeah, don't say that. Carolyn's also really good. And yeah, I think what I'm trying to do is just bring everyone and just like feel positive. Like, don't be afraid. Like, yes, Rafia. Oh yeah. And so, all right, my last slide is please connect with me. Okay, stay connected. I went ahead and how about also I can stay a few minutes. If everyone wants to put their LinkedIn, just like, oh, I keep doing this. Sorry. Put your LinkedIn in. Let's all get connected. Um, really, this is just about having a meetup to make people feel less alone. That's my LinkedIn. Please add me on LinkedIn. This is the Slack tiny URL again. Let me get this link. Please, yes, everyone, let's just like get, and someone mentioned wanting to network, and I think that was Jane. Look, networking is starting to really work out for me. Like, I've never really believed in networking before. And like one of my, I'm starting this like women's group at my company. We don't have like DE and I very much of it. And and like one of the women like just became an engineering manager, and I was like, I want to come to your team. And she's like, okay. So like, you never know like how things will work out. I'm not saying it might not happen, but yeah, networking is just like coming to these events. Jane, I think, mentioned this. Just come to the events and like connecting with each other. That is my handle. Please add me on Instagram if you want to DM me. I'm really open. I'm here if you have any questions. It's not easy. Like, I know it's really hard to get that. It feels hard to get that first job. That's a whole different topic, right? What I will say to those that are here, apply, like apply everywhere. Like, even if the role, like this is what worked for me. Like it's not every company, but my first job that really got me into the industry was like a senior Ruby developer job, where the recruiter's like, I just like this girl. Like, can you want to give her a chance? And it was like a female CTO, and they gave me a chance. Right. And then I moved to like a better paid job and a better job where I'm full stack and I'm really working out, tickets. So don't think too much about like the title. You never know, and I was really lucky, but like, you never know. Right. So just like, but I was applying a lot. So get your name out there, get your resume out there. Honestly, I could tell you guys all day about data structures. Yeah. Oh, Carolyn, this is so smart. So I'll read this really quickly and then we'll wrap up in like 2 minutes. So like, women typically apply for a job when they meet 100% of the criteria. When men apply and they're like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that's true. These are good. This is I love this. Where did you read this, Carolyn? Says 26% less likely to ask for a referral. Yeah.
The link to the article I got it from.
Did you link it?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna share it right now.
Yeah. And yeah, we're also struggling just like as like, I'm the only girl on my team, so like, that's why I feel like these are really important. And, Women Who Code is all about inclusivity. So we're not like, we want everyone to come, but truly it brightens. Like, I get really nervous before I do these events, but it makes me feel so good when I look at the screen and I like just see women like, and everyone's like here to like, learn. And I don't know. Yeah, it's really cool. And it's very inspiring. So you guys keep me positive. I've had some bad days. So like, you gotta, yeah, I would suggest like, especially if you're new, another place that I found really great is Girl Develop It. And Girl Develop It does like courses a lot. You pay like, you can do like a $50 fee for Girl Develop It and then get like all of their courses really low price. And like, they have tons of stuff going on. So I would just check that out as well. It's not free like Women Who Code, but yeah. Or is there anything else? I know I feel like I talked a lot. I always do, but I definitely want everyone to feel like good. You guys feeling okay? I'm just copying everyone's LinkedIn so I can take it with me.
I just want to add one additional note, and networking is pretty important. I just want to say that I think during my second meeting here, I have met a senior developer who was in the middle of job searching, and ever since I connected with her, we've been coding along like once a week together. So just want to say that it's definitely possible. Put yourself out there. Don't be scared. She's like way more senior than me. We code together. We talk about questions together. I mess up. She mess up. We help each other out. So Yep, just want to put that out there.
That is so good. Wait, yeah, why aren't you coding with me? Wait a second. What? I'm jealous. Now I'm mad at you.
What?
Just kidding. Just kidding. No, I better stop recording. before I
When
get-
my schedule frees up, I'll reach out to you, Jesse.
No, you're good. You're good. You're so right though. So no, I'm only kidding, picking on you because I'm like that and weird. I agree with Yao. So like there's another girl in the group and she's also like looking, she's not senior, she's like similar to me. And we're like trying to plan code meetups. So Yao's right. Like, I mean, just like reach out. We also have something that's really cool in Women Who Code where we do like little like virtual coffee meetups. So definitely join that channel, virtual coffee chat. And you can like work with you're gonna meet someone, you're gonna be paired, and then from there. But all right, you guys, I have to head out. A little quick tonight, and I'm sorry about that. But the next one, per Yao's request, I think Yao, I'm definitely doing a recursion. I think that just deserves its own, just like so we can really get into it. All right, so that's what we'll do next time. Recursion and then trees and then graphs. Okay, deal? All right, ladies, keep it up, stay strong. Thank you for everything and have a beautiful night. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Annie. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye, Tracy. Bye, Hong. Bye, Rafia.